$21,000 a day with Shopify dropshipping. This may sound unreal to you, but I've been in your shoes before, okay? Last year, all of my stores were fading. I was losing a bunch of money on Facebook ads, but I've been able to turn Shopify dropshipping around for me and really make it work and scale up to numbers that only very few people were able to achieve in their journey, guys, okay? I'm going to show you today in this case study how you can remodel my approach and find success in your dropshipping business, okay? I'm gonna reveal to you how I found my winning product, how I scaled it up. I'm gonna show you my Facebook ads, and make sure you learn something, enjoy it, leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscription, and we're gonna go jump right into the content and the value, guys, and I'm gonna show you how you can reach your first 5-figure day with Shopify dropshipping, okay? So guys, before we jump into the actual content, I'm gonna quickly show you some proof, because I know there are a lot of skeptics out there that truly believe that these results have to be fake just because they cannot make dropshipping work for them, okay guys? So now I'm gonna show you, this is the 5th of May, this was the best day of the shop. I'm gonna refresh it quickly and you will be able to see that this is all legit and that this shop actually did $23,850 in sales in a single day. Okay, and this is not the only day, because if I go back to the time where we were running this shop, you can see that 1 week before it was already doing $21,642 a day, okay guys? So I can select whatever I want right here and you will see $16,000 in sales. You will see right here it did $17,000 in sales. Of course, over the weekend it ramped up the sales because the weekend was always performing very, very good for us. But yeah, this was the time frame that we were running this shop was from April to around the end of June, and you will be able to see this shop did over $500,000 in sales in this particular time frame, guys. And we are not running this shop currently, and there's a reason behind this, because of course, scaling up to these levels, we also did a lot of mistakes. I also had to learn a lot, still had to learn a lot, even whilst doing $20,000 a day. And this is the awesome thing about Shopify dropshipping, guys. Not only that everything is possible and you can still reach up to 20K, 100K, 200K dollars in sales every single day right now, but also that the potential for growth and learning is still very, 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 very big. Okay, you can learn and improve so much on your marketing skills, on your sales skills, on your general business skills when running a Shopify dropshipping store. It is truly amazing, guys. And what I want to share today with you guys is not only how to make it work like that, but also what I've learned in the process, so you can even be able to do it better than I was doing it at the time, guys. So let's dive straight into the content, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to refresh it one more time just so you know everything is legit. Okay, so you see $500,000 in sales. You see right here it's all matching up, $23,000 in sales, $21,000 in sales. And this is not fake, guys. If you truly believe this is fake, you have a very, very limited mindset. And I can understand that, because last year I was failing too at dropshipping, okay? I was thinking, okay, is this all a scam? Is this even working? But the truth is, guys, if you do not have the results, it is solely because of you. I know you don't want to hear that, but you're in full control and power over your current situation. And if dropshipping is not working for you, you're just not doing it right, okay? But that's why I'm here. I'm going to help you today to see and look behind the scenes of a successful dropshipping store and what you can do to improve on your results and scale up to 5 figures a day, guys. So let's get straight into the content and the value, and I'll see you there. Right now, guys, I'm actually going to show you what I did to be able to scale up to 20K a day, okay? So first of all, we're gonna go over the store. It was indeed a one product store. It was a one product store with a very clean, branded and congruent appeal. I've chosen the debut theme and store in blue and made all colors coherent, congruent. It was all blending in together nicely, okay? This helps with building trust with the customer, okay? Still a lot of general stores working very, very well, guys, but depending on the product, a one product store can work even better because you can build more trust and the product that you are selling is actually being identified with your brand name, okay? So people think that this is the only brand that's selling it, and that way you don't have to compete with Amazon or other platforms, okay guys? So I was making all colors fitting and I was implementing different trust factors. And here right away some golden nuggets, guys. Okay, I was using a charity association that our shop was donating to boost the trust with the customer. I was writing purchase for a good cause. Okay, and then I was linking the charity association that we were working with at the time. So that way the customer was instantly more likely to trust this company, to trust our company, because a charity, somebody doing charity has to be kind of legit, right? Another thing was we were doing a very, very big FAQ page, including shipping times, including instructions for the product, all kind of different information regarding the product, so the customer could actually find everything he needs on the actual page. And even if a person was not convinced to buy, they would check out more information and could read anything about our brand, our store, our product, what they wanted to read. Okay. A third part that I was using is I was able to find a news article based around the product that we were selling, and I was linking it on the product page. In this way, of course, the overall trust got boosted. Pretty obvious, right? If a news article is writing over your product, it has to be a good product. Of course, you will not always find a product that has a news article written about it, but a blog article or anything else just to show other people are talking about this too is very, very effective. Okay, guys, so I already told you I was using the DPU theme, simple theme, no paid themes, guys. You don't have to waste money on paid themes. You don't need them at all. This store was doing 5 figures a day constantly without any paid themes, guys. Okay. The product name and the brand name were similar, and that helped with the branded appeal, right? So the product name had the brand name in it, and this way it again shows that this product is only being sold by the company that you are visiting right now as the viewer or customer. Okay, it was not a huge shop with dozens of products. We actually wanted to make it simple for the customer to purchase. We only had one product and one upsell going together as a bundle, working very good together. And this way the funnel was less complex, and the customer knew, okay, this is the main product this brand is based around. And then you also have the upsell that may enhance like the overall effect of the product, right? This way you also have faster loading speed, which is important. You don't want to have a bunch of link clicks, but people don't want to wait until the content is being loaded. And if you actually minimize the amount of content that is being shown on your website and minimize the products that are on your website, you actually will have a way faster loading speed, guys. And this way people will actually click and then stay because it loads up faster. Okay. Keep it simple, just like I've written down. If you have one winning product, if you have a very good working product, you can complement it with one more upsell, and you're good to go, guys. You're good to scale up to 5 figures with only this one product. Okay. So talking about the product, guys. Now I'm going to show you what was the product all about. The product solved multiple problems, and it was based in the beauty and health niche. Okay, the beauty and health niche has a large scaling potential, guys, because if we are talking about weight loss or skin enhancement products, there are many, almost endless people having the same struggle with their skin or with their body that you can then target and market on. Okay, and of course, when a product solves multiple problems, it's even better as if a product solves only one problem, because you have more angles, you have more marketing angles and more pain points to target. Okay, so the beauty and health niche is a very profitable niche, but you have to be cautious these days because Facebook is actually kind of more strict when it comes to that particular beauty and health niche. Okay, so pay attention. It can be tricky with Facebook nowadays to get your ads approved, but if you manage to make it work, it is actually very scalable because there are a lot of people all around the world that have the same kind of problems and struggles regarding beauty and health, right? For the price of the product, it was a high ticket product, and this is another very important aspect of why this shop was able to generate these kind of numbers. It was a product that was selling over $60, and still people made an impulse purchase. And the reason behind that is, just like I've told you and shown you, you have to build the trust that people can actually trust you with their card information and payment information, and this way you can even impulse purchase, sell high ticket items. And you can see it right here because the average order value was around $80, and the product therefore was being sold over $60 in price. It had almost $2,000 on AliExpress, And if you go on my channel, you can see a video where I'm showing you what criteria winning products are having and how to select winning products. And I'm talking about 1,000 sales on AliExpress at least. And this product has 2,000 sales on AliExpress, and that shows you that there is some general interest around the product and some general market that can be targeted with that product, guys. Okay, so people are actually showing interest in their product. Dropshippers may be selling it, but also people from all around the world bought it off of AliExpress, right? How I found the product was I was going into AliShark, another tool that I'm showing you in my product research video, and I was just looking through what products had what amount of orders within the last 3 to 7 days. And then I found that this product was doing like 500 orders in 7 days. And this way I knew, okay, this is selling hot right now. Then I went into AdSpy and looked up what people are selling this product right now. And I was able to figure out one main competitor, guys. So as I found the competitor, my approach was becoming more and more clear to me, okay? Because I saw that the competitor was doing at least 100K in sales with that product. So I saw there is a lot of potential to come in on. And if somebody else is doing good with it, I can do it too. What I also saw that there were a lot of points to improve upon, okay? His video ads, his landing or product page, and in general, his store and feedback was very, very bad. He had very bad feedback on Trustpilot, and he was running a general store that, of course, is not as trust building as a one product store, right? His product page was all over the place, not very clean, not very branded, and I saw there's good potential to do something that is actually better. Okay, the video ads that he was producing were performing very great, even though he just ripped content off of YouTube and was also doing very low quality with his video ads. So that was the biggest kind of point I saw. I saw that his ads weren't good at all, but still performing very, very good, in at least 6 figures in sales for this particular competitor, right? So once I knew, guys, what this guy was doing, how much he was selling, and that there's some potential for me to come in on, I then went into the preparation phase. And before going into that now, guys, don't worry, I will show you everything in practice. I will show you how I launched my Facebook ads, how I scaled my Facebook ads, and actually some Facebook ads data to back all these figures and numbers up, so you can actually take all of this theory into practice to then get your own 5-figure results. But still, guys, the theory behind this approach is very, very important. And all of this preparation and finding, you have to understand what goes into the process of finding and building a 6-figure shop, a 5-figure a day shop, because it is not a thing that you will do over the night. Of course, you have to prepare before launching a one product store, and you actually have to have data to back up all your research, because you want to make it work and you don't want to waste money, guys. And this is a very, very important takeaway that you can implement in your own thinking and own strategies. Don't rush it, guys. Actually take the time to research and to back up your data and actually look into the competitor's funnel and actually think like a real business. Think like a real business trying to enter a market, trying to penetrate a market, trying to sell a product. Okay, guys, you have to see what is working for the competitors. You have to know who you are competing with. Okay, and of course, you have to improve on what is already working to make it better and to make it work better for you. Okay, pretty logical, but of course, this requires time and practice. And yeah, so going into the preparation phase, guys, I knew, okay, this guy was doing shitty video ads. So what I did, I launched 5 different video ads. I created 5 different video ads with my video editing software. How to create video ads, I'm actually showing that you on my channel already, so you can go in there if you don't know how to create video ads or what software to use. I have a very detailed video uploaded for that. So I was creating 5 different video ads with this approach that I'm showing you on my channel. And I designed different thumbnails and different ad copies to be able to split test a lot of overall different creatives, because as you know, video, ad copy and thumbnail and actually vary all of this. So there's a lot of potential to get that one winning creative, right? So what I did then is I wrote down a lot of arguments and angles and problems that was coming to my mind. I was brainstorming around this product. Okay, what do people think that want to buy this product? What kind of problems are people having that want to buy this product? What kind of angles I can market this product with? This is very important, guys. You cannot just launch a product in 1 hour. You actually have to go into the product, see how it works, and think yourself into people that want to buy the product, just so you understand the market and you understand how to market the product, right? So after doing all of that, guys, I of course went into Facebook ads and launched my one product store, okay? And how I did that, this is what I'm going to show you now. And I'm also going to show you how we scaled. And then in the end, I'm going to talk about some takeaways and what you can do better to improve upon my approach, okay? Let's get into there. There we are on the Facebook ads dashboard, guys. And now I'm going to show you where the magic actually did take place, right? So I've just selected the first week of this shop running April 9th to April 16th. And I'm going to show you what we spend our money on to be able to scale up fast, okay? So as you can see right here, the most amount spent went into cold traffic single interest actually, okay? And you can see the ROAS wasn't that good, okay? We have tested several single interests, 20 single interests right from the start, but this was not the first thing that we did, guys. What we did first is we split tested in a PPE campaign 18 different ad creatives. You can see it right here, ad 18. I've did a paper engagement campaign, one ad set equals one creative. And this way I've tested 18 different ads to really find out what kind of ad creatives are working the best. And then I took the top 4 creatives and took them into the cold traffic single interest campaign. And there every single interest then had 4 ads, okay? And after doing that, I was able to not only launch single interests, but also launch lookalikes. And as you can see right here, as we launched the lookalikes, the return of investment actually got way better. Okay, you can see right here, the LLA United States got 2.17 and Australia, Canada did kind of okay. And yeah, this was the move for the first week, okay? And after the first week, following up in the second week, you can see everything shifted, okay? You can see right here, we were able to spend a lot of money on single interests really profitably because we started to figure out what kind of interests were working, okay? As we look into here, you can see we were finding single interests with ROAS up to 2.36. What we also did, of course, is we spent our money on lookalike United States. And you can see right here in the second week, single interests and United States lookalikes both performed very, very good, right? And also we launched retargeting that was doing amazing. And yeah, you can see right here, United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada weren't doing so good, but we just kept testing different audiences, kept launching all lookalikes that we could. And this way our ROAS actually got better and better over time. We can go into the single interest right here and I can click show more ad sets and I can sort by ROAS. And as you can see right here, guys, there was some very, very good single interests. And this is what it's all about. We tested a bunch of interests and we actually took the loss in the beginning to then filter out the very good interests to have them running only, right? And this is how you get profitable. You test a bunch and then you turn off what doesn't work for you and you scale what works for you. But for finding a lot of single interests and a lot of interests in general that work for you, you first have to test a lot. And that was the same principle that we did with the ad creatives, guys. We tested 18 different ads. So the general workflow for the launch was we first tested a bunch of different ads, took these good ads into a bunch of different single interests, and then started to find out what kind of angles and interests are working for us. And whilst we were doing that, we were able to generate a bunch of data for our lookalikes and get a bunch of events taking place on our pixel. And this way we could launch these lookalikes for the top 4 countries, as you can see right here, okay? So then the third week, guys, this is where it all kind of changed. And you can see right here, the overall ROAS was 2.39. And you can see we spent $29,000 to generate back $70,000 in this week. This means we were averaging around 10K per day already here. And you can see what I've just told you, that after testing a bunch of single interests, we then were able to filter out these very, very good single interests. And you can see 446 purchases with a 2.47 ROAS were taking place in this campaign only within the third week of the shop, right? And you can see Australia, Canada lookalikes also started to perform very, very good. And we even spent more money on that than we did on the United States, guys. And that's why you have to test, because it may be that right from the start, your interest in lookalikes aren't performing that well. But as you test more audiences and as you find out what is working and kill what is not working, you will then get a higher return of investment over time. And this is what you can see right here, 2.39 ROAS. And the weeks before, we were only able to do 1.36 ROAS. Okay, so this was actually the third week, was the week where everything just started to flip around for us, right? And you can see right here, what I also was doing is I spent a lot of money on retargeting, and retargeting was performing very, very good with 4.67 ROAS. So this was very profitable. And this is, of course, the thing you have to do, guys. Once you drive a lot of traffic, you also have to scale up your retargeting, because as you can see right here, the retargeting campaign will always be the campaign with the highest ROAS for you. So if you want to maximize your profits, you always have to scale up retargeting together with your regular audiences. So then moving on from that week, guys, you will see I'm just going to select this time frame now. The following weeks, you can see the ROAS was very good overall. We had 2.28 ROAS, and the break-even ROAS for the product was around 1.3, if I remember correctly. So this is all very, very profitable. And guys, even in the like first kind of time frame that I've shown you in these first 2 weeks, this was over breaking even, right? This may look like a small ROAS, but this is over breaking even, and you have to keep in mind that Facebook is not tracking everything correctly. So within the first 2 weeks, this was definitely profitable, and this was more profitable than shown here because we were also doing Google Ads. But you can see right here, the first 2 weeks were just the kind of data collection and testing phase, and then moving on from there, following with the next 2 to 3 weeks, you can see this is where we actually scaled up and spent almost $100,000 on ads to generate back $220,000 with a 2.27 ROAS, which is very, very good for this shop. And you can see campaigns as the retargeting campaign doing as good as 3.79 ROAS. And this is how an ad account looks if you really scale up very, very high, guys. The ROAS may not look that great. Okay, you don't have 5 ROAS, 6 ROAS, but you have to keep in mind we have spent a lot of money on ads, right? So the overall profit is much higher than as you would just have $100 in ad spend with 5 ROAS. That's not hard, but as you scale, the ROAS will always drop, guys, but the net profit will rise. Okay, and you can see right here, guys, our main ad spend was going into single interest, and this is why I've tested so many single interests right from the start, and this is why I was willing to be breaking even or even lose a bit of money whilst testing these interests, because then once you sort out everything, you can see right here, just look at this, this is all above 30% profit, right? Just look at all these single interests, they were performing so great, and I was scaling up to, you can see right here, let's see the top budget within this time, up to $500 daily ad spend. And you can see right here, $2,000 spent, $4,400 return, or this one here, right? Manual bidding ad set, $5,900 spent, $12,900 return of investment. And this is with around 20% profit. So it's very, very good, guys. Of course, not everything is working, but that's okay because you have the majority of ad sets performing awesome, as you can see with the rest of these ad sets, and as you can see as a sort by ROAS right here, right? So yeah, guys, this is actually another important thing you can keep in mind. Single interests may not be profitable right from the start, but as you train your ad account and as you find out what works and as you kind of experience what your target audience is like, you will then be able to maximize your return of investment by sorting out what works and what doesn't work, right? So you can see right here, even without lookalikes, this was generating $110,000 just from single interests. Okay, and you can see, of course, United States was doing good, Australia, Canada was doing good, retargeting was doing great. And here is kind of a funny thing, guys. This product had such a general appeal that I was even able to scale it profitably, not great profit, but profitably into the Japan and Hong Kong kind of area, right? I was doing lookalikes for the Japan and Asian area, And you aren't able to do that, but because the product solves a bunch of problems and because it has a very general appeal in the health and beauty niche, I was able to scale it even into these Asian countries, right? And this is pretty much this was pretty much the main time of the account, guys. And you can see right here, this is where things kind of started to drop. The reason behind that, guys, is what I'm going to show you now in the slides, and what are some takeaways and what you can do better, and why this shop eventually died down and what you can learn from it so you can run your store constantly on 5 figures a day. Okay guys, back in the PC, and I'm now gonna resolve why this shop eventually crashed, and I'm gonna show you what you can learn from that to improve your own dropshipping business, right? And yeah, here we go with the takeaways, guys. Very important part of the video. So first of all, everything is possible with dropshipping. Don't get in the mindset that dropshipping is saturated, because you can make a lot of money in it still and will be able to do so for years on end. Dropshipping will not go anywhere. Don't listen to people whining about dropshipping is saturated, dropshipping is dead. This is all BS, guys, okay? You just have to make it work. You have to adapt like in any other field of business. You have to adapt to the current situation, and that's why you have to make it work no matter what, right? And the best way to do this is by differentiating yourself, okay? So let's get into the takeaways, like I said. First of all, scale your team as hard as you scale your ads. This was a very, very big mistake that I made. You have to scale your VAs. You have to actually employ more email responding virtual assistants, because otherwise you're just gonna get loaded with emails and you have very slow response times. This is not good for your business. You wanna have at least 2 to 5 virtual assistants actually going in and replying to emails, and you don't want customers to wait longer than maybe a couple of hours for a response from your email team, especially when scaling that high, right? When you're scaling up to 5 figures a day, you don't want customers to have to wait 24 to 48 hours for a response. You actually want to respond as fast as possible, right? So this is very important. The third thing is more testing equals better results, guys. As you saw, I was testing a lot of ads, I was testing a lot of interest, and even though things didn't look that great in the start, it eventually started to pick up momentum, and I was able to sort out what kind of works, what doesn't work, and this way I was able to scale up very, very high and actually have a good return of investment whilst doing it, right? The next thing is high ticket equals high profit plus more room for ad spend. This is very important. If you're selling an item for $60 and you're buying it for $20, you have $20 of room for a cost per purchase to still profit $20 or 30%, right? This is not including fees. This is just a very, very broad kind of calculation, but still, guys, if you're selling higher ticket, you have more room and more kind of freedom to spend on Facebook ads without having to worry about losing money, okay? Another thing is prepare for holds, guys. Thing that I was not prepared for at all, okay? I was running 6-figure shops in the past, and I've already, of course, experienced PayPal holds, but still after launching and scaling this shop, PayPal was holding a lot of money from me, and this actually attacked my cash flow and my general management of the business. And this is a very, very bad thing, guys. Only scale up to the numbers that you are able to manage, and be prepared that PayPal may hold not only 30% of all sales, but maybe 50 to up to 100% of all the money that you have in your PayPal account. You gotta keep this in mind. So withdraw your money from PayPal as fast as you can, and actually do not have too much money laying around in there. This is a big mistake that I made, and they actually froze a high 5-figure amount of mine while still holding 30% of all incoming revenue. And this was a very, very big amount of money, guys, and this can affect your business drastically, because then you actually have to wait for Shopify payments, for the payouts to pay for your orders, and this way you may get a delay of 2 to 3 days and so on, right? So the next thing is always keep your feedback score checked, guys. And this is more important than ever before, because the Facebook feedback score is very, very glitchy. A few bad and negative feedbacks outweigh a bunch of positive feedback, and this is why you have to have people in place actually messaging customers that were happy with their order and telling them, okay, here's the link for your Facebook feedback survey, please answer it. Maybe we're doing a cashback or anything else to benefit the customer, because you want to have customers replying to this feedback surveys positively, because like I said, just a few negative feedbacks can ruin your entire business, right? And this is more drastic than ever before. This is very, very glitchy, and even high level businesses are complaining about this because they get their advertisement shut down just because of a few bad feedbacks. This has nothing to do with the quality of product, nothing to do with the quality of business. You just have to keep an eye on it, set the delivery time frame to 8 weeks, and also have VAs going in and sending out the link to the service manually to customers that were very happy with their order, or maybe offer a cashback or a coupon for positive feedback, guys. This is very, very important, because this way you can collect a bunch of positive feedback very easily and actually keep the percentage of negative feedback low, because many people that are happy with the order don't even go through the survey, but people that are mad about the order or that had problems with the product or whatever, they are definitely gonna answer to the Facebook survey, and this is a game changer for you, because if your feedback score drops too low, your business is not allowed to advertise anymore. And guys, this is one of the main reasons why this shop actually had to be closed, because we did not keep track of the feedback score well enough. I was still thinking that feedback score may come in like 1 to 2 to 3 months after scaling the product, because this is how it has been like last year. But I'm informed that you can set the delivery time frame, and this way kind of influence when the surveys are sent out. You want to set it to 8 weeks, because this way you have more than enough room to actually go in and collect a bunch of positive feedback manually from the customers that have bought from you guys, okay? And this is such a small thing, but as you can see, this can ruin your shop, and I'm not mad about that at all. I did the mistake, I didn't take care of it, so this way you know it for your future. So guys, here are another 3 very important points that you can take away from this video to implement in your own business, right? First of all, for the product, you want to find a product that solves a problem, is in demand, and then you want to look at your competitors and actually improve on their offer, on their funnel, on their approach to make it work for you, right? Second of all, you want to test as much as you can, and even if things do not work out right from the start, it will get better once you get more data, right? And third, once you scale, once you use a lot of single interests, once you have your lookalikes in place, just like I've shown you in the ads walkthrough, right? Once you have all that, right? Scaling is not hard, guys. Lookalikes, single interests, duplicating, manual bidding. I can go more in detail, more depth into that in another video, but it's all technicalities, right, guys? If you have something that works, it is very easy to scale it up, because you can almost do anything and it will work eventually, right? At one point I was doing CBO and just split it up by age groups and spending $1,000 on this kind of CBO per day, and it was doing very great profits, okay? So once you have something that works, it's easy to scale, guys. But be aware that it may take some testing to get there, and once you are at scale, have your backend in place. Build a team as big as possible. Spend a lot on VAs. Don't worry about it, because it is going to pay off, because you will be able to run your business for much longer time, okay? And actively generate positive feedback, especially for Facebook surveys. This is maybe the #1 mistake that I did, not be aware that Facebook surveys will eventually lead to the end of your advertising if you do not care about it actively, and if you do not have people going in, reaching out to customers, sending out the link to the survey to actually generate positive feedback actively, because it is still very, very glitchy, guys. This is the first year of Facebook sending out these surveys, and it is not working good. So you have to be cautious about all the glitches and bugs that may ruin and affect your advertising, okay? But don't worry, guys. If you take all of this into account, and if you learn something from this, you eventually will get there. You will get to your first 5-figure day. Just keep testing, keep trying, keep learning, keep improving, and have your mindset in place, guys. Still, everything is possible in dropshipping. Go in there, capitalize on the opportunities, and start to make your very own money on your own terms with a dropshipping business, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something from it. Definitely go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, activate the bell, write me on Instagram, whatever you want, leave me some feedback, and I will see you in the next one.